If you sail the 7 seas and cross the mighty desert, you will find the forgotten Garden of Eden. Empty of humans, it stands silent, save for the rushing waters that cruise through the thick forests. Nobody breathes within this sacred space, guarded by the daughter of the sun and the son of the moon. Their parents are away, looking after the earth, and their children wander around this empty paradise, searching for love.
For I am lonely. I am lonely. I am utterly and completely alone in this beautiful land. My tears plant sunflower seeds, and my sobs are echoed by the mountain ranges, and I am alone. And I am lonely.
I am lonely. I cry rivers of liquid moonshine, and everything I touch shrinks back and protects itself with a cover of white frost, shining like pearls strung onto grapevines.
For they did not meet. Each night, as the daughter of the sun passed the waterfall, she turned her face away from the darkness that passed by her. She closed her eyes and shivered from the coals that seemed to hug her as she hurried by. And the son of the moon turned his face away too, as he was blinded by her light, and his skin burned from her scorching rays of golden hair that brushed past him. And neither saw the other, only the pain. So they lived, side by side.
I healed all broken things, and I gave sight to the blind. My golden plaits warmed the coldest corners of the forest, and my laughter dissolved into liquid honey. Marigolds and daffodils sprung up from the ground where I walked, and shoals of goldfish swarmed to the shore where I woke up, stretching my long arms into the sky, nudging the clouds awake.
I ran my fingers through the waters, and the waves raced up to the golden shores. My kisses are the blue flowers that cluster round the brooks, and my breath settles on grass like a thin blanket of frosty love. I leave the world bejewelled in cold, shimmering diamonds.
One day, the sun and moon passed by each other in the empty garden. They shook hands and chatted politely whilst their children peeked out from behind their skirts. Mortal humans have named this sacred meeting a solar eclipse. But these prosaic words are profanity.
Because he cooled my burns and scalds.
Because she warmed my shivering hands.
Because he laughed.
And she laughed too.
Because now I had someone to show me the cold beauties of the night.
And the breathtaking warmth of the day.
He showed me the bluest of flowers and darkest of caves, a cold brook that tickled my feet.
She showed me the softest of daffodils, the brightest of shimmering waters. I tasted the sweetest of honey.
But this meeting was a breath in time, a blink of a moment. The sun and moon soon parted, going east and west to meet their old friends and continue their old lives. And when they left, their children had to go too.
She dissolved into the blinking stars, closing her eyes to sleep until morning.
And he turned away and walked across the silvery waters, freezing them into ice, closing the buds of all flowers, putting everything to sleep. And I was alone again.
But I was not lonely, for I knew that somewhere there was a person who smiled when I showed them the pearls of dew that I scattered across the world before I went to sleep.
I was not lonely, for I knew that somewhere out there was a person who had plaited my golden hair and laughed as I tickled their nose.
And nothing changed at all.
And everything changed.
I was still the conductor of my orchestra of nightingales, and I still made the waves rush to me.
I still warmed the darkest corners of thick forests and smiled back at the sunflowers that greeted me.
And so the daughter of the sun and the son of the moon lived, one by day and one by night, knowing they would soon meet again. And they lived alone in this paradise. But it wasn't empty anymore.
The dark clouds were perfumed with her laughter.
And the flowers I opened each morning called out his name.
It was full of their love and friendship, full to the brim of their goblets of love that overflowed when they met again. But that is another story, which I will tell you if you sail the 7 seas and cross the mighty desert, where you will find the forgotten Garden of Eden.